Hi everyone, and welcome to Jab and Move with your host Stephen. And today we're going to be talking about Cameron versus Whittaker 2. We all know what happened last October. They went flying out of the ring in the middle of rounds. Who did it? Was it Whittaker that was pulling Cameron out? Was it Cameron pushing Whittaker? Did Whittaker take it as an out to get out the fight because it weren't going his way? Was he actually injured? There's a lot of questions. I think there's a lot of questions that we're never going to get answers to, really. But what are we going to see now coming forward in this second fight? This is the main thing on Easter Sunday, and this is something I want to dive into with you guys and let me know what your thoughts are. So let's get straight into it. Cameron versus Whittaker. I watched the face-off with Johnny Nelson. There were questions about, did Whittaker choke it? Did he pull out? And he was just saying, oh yeah, I did, yeah, that's what I did, I gave up, I did this. Or whatever people think is what people think. And throughout the whole face-off, I think Cameron came off very well. I think he came off someone who realises his opportunity now. I think he was a bit flustered the first time. I think this time now he realises opportunities. He's standing up to the more of the limelight from this. Whereas Whittaker was just very nonchalant and he was kind of being a bit blasé with everything. And I'm like, you've got Johnny Nelson there. He was one of the best, if not the best, British cruiserweight to ever come out of this, this country, and you're just sort of treating it a bit, no, I'm not so sure for me personally. I think he ain't gonna bother Johnny Nelson, he ain't gonna give an absolute toss, is he? Let's be honest. But water off the duck's back. But I just thought maybe you could have come out with something, yeah, I got injured last fight, I don't care what anyone else says, it was an injury, I'm coming back, I'm stronger, I'm fitter, I'm better, and I'm gonna get him out of there, I'm gonna prove that I am the better fighter. And that would have shut everything, like everyone up, and shut everything up. So I don't know. I don't know your opinion about that one, guys. I think personally it was too nonchalant. Now, when we're looking at actual fight on Sunday night, what do we think is going to happen? Again, I think we're going to see a very similar fight. I really do. I think Whittaker will be better. I think he will be better prepared. But I still think he's going to try and get him out of there in the early rounds. Now, if he tries and does what he did in the first fight, which by the second round he absolutely blew his gasket, and you could see that. He was constantly punching, constantly working. But Cameron wasn't taking a lot of damage. He was very defensive. He did very well with his defense. And he was like just stopping Whittaker a lot and make sure Whittaker works extremely hard and very little. I think we're going to see very similar again. I think we're going to have Cameron on the very much defensive the first few rounds. He's going to absorb a lot of pressure from Whittaker. Will Whittaker be able to get through this time? I don't think he will, but who knows? And now I think we'll turn the screw again and we'll see again the rounds by rounds going through. And I actually think if that fight would have continued back in October, you would have seen potentially a late stoppage for Cameron. And I'm going for that this time round. I'm going for a late stoppage win for Cameron. They're very different fighters. They've got a lot on the line for very different reasons. You've got Whittaker, who is an up-and-coming star. He's been touted as one of the best prospects in world boxing. And he's gone through and it's been, quite good so far. It's been really good so far. He's done obviously all his Prince Naseem Mohammed sort of stuff. He's been given everything that. He's been given it all, the cocky shit and everything that people like and everything and messing about. And that's proved to be really good for him on the socials and everything else that's coming from it. And he's getting a name for himself because of that. But he's also a very good fighter and people lose that sometimes. He's fast hands. He's got great combos. I likened him very much in the early days to the speed-wise to like Amir Khan and stuff, but obviously different fighters in other ways, but I'm saying in terms of speed. Whereas Cameron's a completely different fighter. Cameron is a good fighter, but he's come an extremely long way from where he was before, and he's done it a really, really roundabout way. Obviously, the Olympic setup when he was younger didn't quite work out for reasons, and then he's had a lot of personal stuff that's gone on, which I think has made him the man he is today. Obviously, there's some stuff I know as he would not want to happen. I can absolutely understand that, but the other things have made him a better fighter for it, and I think that's something that he will tap into on this fight, because this is his opportunity. With Whittaker, I think if he loses, he can go back to the drawing board. He's going to get some stick for a bit. He's going to have to work hard for another 18 months, but he can get back there. I think with Cameron, this is the shot. This is the opportunity for him. And I think that's where we will see a completely different Cameron this time. He won't be as, struck by the limelights and stuff. He is prepared, he is ready. And I think that will only go to further domination in later rounds. And again, with the 10, 12 round arguments, what's going on here with Boxer and Queensbury and all of that, that's adding to fuel to the fire. And I think it just makes Whittaker look bad. It's not Whittaker's fault. It's nothing to do with Whittaker. He's just training for his fight. It's an administrative error, but it's made him look worse. And I think it plays into that aspect that is he going to last the entire 12 rounds? And if I was Cameron, if they chucked you a couple million, you are not changing it from 12 to 10 rounds. You are going for the 12 rounds, you're going for that win. So if you win, your life changes drastically and it goes from that point onwards. So let me know what you think, guys. Like I said, I'm going to go for a late round stoppage of Cameron. One quick thing that people didn't notice, and I wanted to get it in quickly, was actually the injuries to Whittaker. A lot of people didn't say this, and Cameron was very smart to say it on a YouTube podcast with Adi Oladipo, and there was another gentleman, and he mentioned about the injuries. Whittaker has had an awful lot of injuries. He, in the last 4 years, he's turned professional. He's been out quite a lot with injuries, and even though he's 27, it's going to play a lot on the body for that. You spend a lot of time recovering. You've got a lot of niggles and things that have come from that, and now you are strong since the injury. In a lot of cases, you're not going to be. So let me know what your thoughts are, guys. I think Cameron, later rounds, 10-11, stops the fight and wins it. What are your predictions? I look forward to hearing from you guys, and please let me know in the comments what you think is going to happen on Easter Sunday. Have a lovely Easter, and I'll see you after the weekend. Take care. Bye.